Hello, it is Wednesday, April 23rd, 2025. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Wednesday crossword today. I'm back. Sorry I missed tomorrow's. Sorry, I missed yesterday's. I don't think I'll miss tomorrow's. We'll see. But I apologize for missing yesterday's edition of the Daily Solve. Hopefully you enjoyed the substitute content, at least to some extent. And I'm back. I think I'm worried this might be one of those days in which I complete the puzzle and it doesn't save my streak, and the timer is strange because the internet, the Wi-Fi signal where I am is dire. And I've noticed that with a poor internet connection, that can really wreak havoc on this website. So we'll find out. In any case, this is a midweek Wednesday crossword, and it's been brought to us by Orange Piku, Chelsea B, and, as always, the indomitable Showmaster and the indefinable Charlie Paget. These benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign keep the channel going, even when I can barely connect to the internet. Thank you so much to them and to everybody who supports the channel via Patreon. If you'd like to do so yourself, you can head to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the description field link. You'll find the bonus videos there, as well as for benefactors like those I've just mentioned, the official Let's Check the Crosses Daily Solve mug. Thank you so much to all of those patrons at any level. And thanks if you subscribe on YouTube, which is, of course, a big help as well and spreads the channel. And finally, there's the Daily Solve Discord chat server, a nice friendly chat community linked in the description field. All right, let's get on to today's crossword by Brandon Copy, who's constructed a couple of dozen puzzles for the New York Times. It's a Wednesday puzzle, so a midweek, mid-difficulty themed crossword. And let's get on with it. Let's start solving. That one's mine. Not sure offhand. Nincompoop. An idiot that's too short. Not sure. No joke. I mean it, maybe? Bassinet alternative. So that could be, maybe a cot for a child. Bassinet, somewhere you'd put a baby. I don't know. Let's look at the crosses now that we have some of these. That one's mine. Oh, with the I in 4 letters, it could be dibs. You call dibs. You say it's yours. So a computer that originally came in 5 flavors, that would have been the iMac, which had different colors that, like sort of fruit candy sort of thing. Honor for Dune and American Gods. I don't know, actually. Don't know what this is. Is this it's an honor. It's presumably an award of some sort. These are both science fiction or fantasy. I mean, Dune is a science fiction novel. American Gods is kind of a sort of modern fantasy novel. I don't know. Let's see. Nincompoop, a dingbat. That's too long. I don't know. What about this? Bassinet alternative. Oh, it could be baby something. Baby crib, maybe? Baby. Does that work with this? Establishment in Chicago's Boys Town. That doesn't ring a bell for me. Open as toothpaste could be to uncap the toothpaste. Does that help with this? Oh, a dingus maybe? A nincompoop? I had the ding part, right? If so. Ringo Starr or Paul McCartney, sir. They've been knighted in the UK honors system. So a bassinet alternative, a baby crib. Okay, that looks right. I think that's right. 30% is a very good one. That would be a good tip in a restaurant. And diving acronym is SCUBA. I don't remember the full meaning of SCUBA, but we all know basically what it is. Oh, Nebula Award. I've heard of that. I think these are science fiction book awards. So that'll be correct. And then establishment in Chicago's Boys Town. A gay bar generally? Is it a particular establishment? I don't know. Trounces in, I've never actually been to Chicago. Well, I'd like to. Trounces in Mario Kart, say. Laps, because Mario Kart is a racing video game, so you could lap someone. So I'm sure this is gay bar. And then take to the skies would be to soar. We could have una cerveza, por favor, if you're ordering a beer in Spanish. Treat that may have a cherry on top. A sundae, an ice cream sundae. And a word with tight or loose, tight end or loose end. So tight end in, I guess, sort of NFL terminology, and then loose end, like a unsolved problem. Okay, margin for a close ball game. 1 one run in baseball. So, okay. And then if you're unfamiliar with something, you're new to it. An Emmy category is drama, so television. These are the television awards. You might get an award for best drama. Sleeping Beauty princess. Oh, Aurora is the name of the princess in Disney Sleeping Beauty. I actually don't know enough about the Sleeping Beauty legend to know if that name predates the Disney film or what. But anyway, there we have it. I love. Oh, this is wrong. I love in Italian and Spanish. Oh, this isn't new to. It's new at because amo is love in Italian and Spanish and the conjugated for first person. Okay. So like Swifties vis-a-vis Taylor Swift, they are starstruck maybe? Oh, I see. Nebula, star. So we've got different astronomical bodies, I suppose, starting out our star clues. Or sorry, our themed clues. So maybe starstruck. Let's see. Emitted squiggly lines in a cartoon. Stank. If something smelled, it stank. It often is represented with squiggly lines in a cartoon. If one puts something on TV, one airs it, broadcasts it. And improvisational singing could be scat singing, so just kind of nonsense syllables that aren't words. Certain bear or smurf, and bear and smurf, each of those is capitalized, so these are presumably names. Papa Bear, Papa Smurf, so Papa Bear from the Goldilocks sort of children's fairy tale or children's story, and then the Smurf from the Smurfs, the TV show. All right, transparent film could be Saran, like Saran Wrap, the brand of cling film. Let's see if that's right. Actress Numi of Prometheus. Well, I've not seen Prometheus, but I certainly recognize Numi Rapace, who I've seen in other things. So there we go. And then in myth, one who flew too close to the sun is famously Icarus of Greek myth, with his wax wings, or wings sort of affixed with wax. Relax soldier could be at ease, maybe a sergeant says that. And a place for a hydrating body wrap would be a spa. A desktop image, maybe an icon of a file or a folder on a computer desktop, Windows or Mac desktop. Let's see if that works. To give someone the pink slip is to sack them, to fire them from a job. And I think we had a reference to pink slips just the other day in the puzzle. A walk in the park, so to speak, is a picnic. Yes, it's a complete picnic. It's a walk in the park. It's easy. It's a cakewalk. Well, looky here. Ooh, maybe? Could be. So what is this, a black hole? Maybe this isn't ooh, but rather oh ho, because we want black hole in here. Grammy-winning Soundgarden hit of 1994, A Black Hole Sun. All right, so we actually have, interesting. So I wonder if, up here in the top of the grid, we had the astronomical bodies at the beginning of the clue, but here we have them on both sides, a black hole and a sun. Those are both astronomical phenomena objects. So I wonder if the middle bit creates the point at which maybe we flip them to be the second half of the clue. Let's see if that holds. I bet this will be one. Canadian province on the Gulf of Maine. Canadian, why can I not think of what this is? Canadian province on the Gulf of Maine. Oh no, it's not. It's not the thing that I thought, because this would be Nova Scotia. And a nova is an astronomical event, I guess, in this case, exploding star. And that is still at the beginning. So I thought we were going to maybe flip these around, but we're not. So they're still at the beginning. And what about this one? Oh, this is the theme revealer. Having ideas far too profound for anyone else to comprehend. And what might help you solve this puzzle? If you're having ideas far too profound, you're maybe lost in space or something, or into deep, like deep space, or I don't know what that is. Chit chat could be maybe to gab or something. Noon or midnight. Either of those could be represented with 12. What else would they be? Time or noon or midnight? I don't know. I guess maybe XII, like on a clock face? I don't think that's right. All right, genre for the Final Fantasy series in brief. That's a series of video game RPGs, role-playing games. So that'll be that. And then spears on a plate, spears of asparagus, the vegetable. And player of the Iron Lady in The Iron Lady, that's Meryl Streep playing British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher. Sorry, had a blank there. Not leave details to chance would be to plan ahead. And head, slangily, could be nog, like noggin. Do we abbreviate that nog? I don't know if I've heard that, but it could be. Instrument whose name is 75% vowels. No, it's knob. Right, okay. Yeah, your head, your knob. Okay, so an oboe. That's the name of an instrument with whose 3 out of 4 letters are vowels. Kinks song spoofed in Weird Al's Yoda, right? So the great Kinks song Lola was sort of reformed by Weird Al into a song about the Star Wars character Yoda. Many purchases on Discogs, right? So this is a site that kind of lists and facilitates the sale of vinyl records, LPs, long-playing albums. And a big slice is a slab of something. Blank Apso. Oh, Lhasa Apso? Is that a dog breed, I think? Let's see. Yeets, right? So in modern sort of slang, to yeet something would be to hurl it. So yeets, hurls, throwing it. And saw as a movie. You could catch a movie. So if you saw it, you caught it. And then, why does this keep happening? Not sure what that's about. What about this one? Course in an omakase meal. Fish roe, maybe? So omakase is, when you go to a Japanese restaurant and you just have the chef select what you're going to eat. Letters written in the sand, maybe. SPF, so sun protection factor. You might wear sunscreen at the beach, say, where it's sandy. And why does this keep happening? Oh, is this wrong? Is this not SPS? Maybe it's SO. Oh, no. Yeah, I was wrong. And that doesn't make sense anyway. Why would SPF be written in the sand? But you know what could be written in the sand if you're marooned, if you're marooned on an island, say, is SOS, the sort of international distress symbol. So this is maybe sushi something. So of course, oh no, it's sashimi. So there we go. So we've got some sliced raw fish there, sashimi. And middle X or O. So in a game of tic-tac-toe, the middle one of those in a row could be designated the tack, I suppose, the tick, the tack, and the toe. All right, why does this keep happening? Not again, you might lament. And to snooze is to catch Z, or no, catnap, that's what it is. It's to take a catnap, or to catnap. So here, a barbershop sound, you might hear the snipping of hair, or the snipping of scissors on hair, and then Ohio City, whose name is pronounced with a long I. Oh, right, so Lima, Ohio. Okay. I don't know if I knew that. Maybe I did, but I certainly didn't remember it. So here we have, galaxy brain. Having ideas far too profound for anyone else to comprehend, and what might help you solve this puzzle? Right, a galaxy brain. And galaxy brain can also be sort of used as an adjective. So you could say, oh, that's a real galaxy brain idea. And that's a fairly modern formulation, I think. I mean, I think I probably started seeing galaxy brain maybe 10 to 15 years ago with the meme, the images of the sort of, I don't know, kind of like cosmic glowing head with increasing levels of kind of galactic formations spiraling out, representing the depth of thought happening, usually used facetiously. Ink cartridge color, cyan is one of the colors in cyan, yellow, magenta, and black kind of printer toner or print processes. 2009 Aviatrix biopic. So Aviatrix would refer to a female aviator, so that's probably Amelia Earhart, so probably the film is Amelia. And noon or midnight, oh look, it is XII, so it is referring to 12 in Roman numerals, as you might see depicted on a clock face. So okay, I'm surprised that worked, but it did. And let's see if you're bluffing it. I call, maybe in a game of poker, you call someone's potential bluff. And then a reunited city, Berlin, of course, was reunited upon the fall of the Berlin Wall. And to chit-chat is to gab, to have a conversation. And then a Z-lister is a no-name, so maybe an actor who's not famous. Home of Madison Avenue and Houston Street. This would be New York City. Those are both streets in New York City, in Manhattan specifically. And in conclusion, you could say, at last, no, you could say, and so, right, in conclusion, and so, we're about to finish this crossword. Massachusetts Cape Ann, that's a place name in Massachusetts. And an evening meal for a child could be din din, a sort of child language version of dinner. To dress to the nines could be to doll up. And a hospital hookup could be an IV line, maybe, or something like that. IV, let's see, what about this? However, briefly, although. So we've sort of contracted although, abbreviated it down to this shortened spelling. And a chimney sweep's target could be the flue of a chimney. A chimney sweep could clean out your flue. And then instruments similar to a sousaphone is a tuba. These are very large brass instruments. And finally, if you imitated something or someone, you aped them or it. And a pact from 1994 to 2020, NAFTA, this was the North American Free Trade Agreement, and between the US, Canada, and Mexico. And then if you imitated, yes, aped, we got that. And then an IV tube, that's what it is. So there we go. Right, and this is what I suspected would happen. So my streak was not saved. We don't see any of the information about my streak here because my internet connection is almost non-existent. So I suspect we are not in communication with the New York Times servers, but that's okay. I'll have to go fix this myself later. But for now, that was the Wednesday crossword. And let's take a look at our theme, our galaxy brain theme. If you're having ideas far too profound for anyone else to comprehend, possibly because the ideas are not actually comprehensible, you might be having a bit of a galaxy brain moment. And that would help us solve Nebula Award, Star Struck, Black Hole Sun, and Nova Scotia. And I mean, presumably Black Hole Sun is meant to just be doubling this up. Was there anything else in here? Let's see. What might help you solve this puzzle? Yeah, I think it's just that. I think these are just referencing astronomical phenomena. I think that's what it is. And there we have it. A nebula, a star, a black hole, a sun, which I guess is a star, and a nova. And that's it. That's the Wednesday crossword. Let me know how you fared with this one. This felt reasonably approachable for a Wednesday. But let me know in the comments or the Daily Solve Discord chat server if you agreed. And I should be back tomorrow for the regular daily edition of the New York Times crossword. So do join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Wednesday. Take care.